thank you for tuning in to Diaries of a Recovering Spender. This is Tia, and this is my debt payoff, or I should say my debt confession video, okay? I have attempted to shoot this video twice now, trying to record my screen, which I finally got to do that, but then the sound quality, and also I lost one of the videos, and the other one I was just like, you know what, let me just do the good old pen and paper. So get you some coffee, get you a drink, whatever you're gonna drink, get it. This is gonna be, I'm going to try to limit my rambling, and I want to be as succinct as I can. Okay, so next we have our Apple credit card, which is recent. And so essentially what happened was we had an issue with our bathroom upstairs. And so for us to minimize the damage and that we wouldn't have any leak and everything spread, we started to use funds from our, whoa, this is 25.99%, outrageous. Okay, my bad. So my husband had some savings that he was using towards a car that he wanted to get. And we didn't quite, he was like looking to get a truck. Long story short, we used that money to fund the bathroom renovations that we needed, right? Nothing crazy, just like we need to make sure nothing is leaking, pipes are not bursting, kind of thing. Which of course always amounts to more than what you initially project. So we used those funds, and then I was afraid that we were going to dip into our tax payment money, and I knew that that was coming up soon. So I started putting stuff on our credit card, and I opened this Apple credit card, and y'all, we listen and we don't judge, right? We listen and we don't judge. Okay, so the next one is American Express, and I'm just gonna say this is blue. And this card has, I don't know, so many items on here that I can't even recall, which is the sad part. Most of these credit cards, it's like, what do I have? What do I have to show for using these cards to the degree that I did, so that at this point I'm over here paying credit card balances and I don't even recall what it is I purchased, which stings. It does. It definitely stings even more. Same thing for this gold card. I basically thought that I would use this card to travel, and I did at one point, but then it just started getting out of hand. It really did, with different purchases. And I must say, a lot of it has to deal with trying to keep up with the Joneses. Trying to keep up, and it's not even like in a negative way, like I was getting negative, you know, pressure from family, but it was just like, okay, I want to participate, or helping out someone else, you know, putting stuff on your credit card to help out. No more of that though. I won't be doing that anymore. Yeah, if I don't have it cash, like I've been saying, this is gonna be like repetitive. If I don't have it to give it, then it's just gonna be a no. It's gonna be a no, and it feels good. It does. I'm telling you, not at first, but it does feel good that you can set a boundary, and say no. So this Bank of America amount is from a business account that I had opened a long time ago, and basically, well, I should say this is not 0% anymore, because it's going to be 22%. So I moved over the balance from the business account to separate my balance from my partner's. And at this point, I am like, I should have just left it on there because the balance wasn't affecting my personal credit. It was just on the business credit. But at the same time, I was just kind of like frustrated with like late payment fees and, you know, things I didn't want to deal with. So that's why I separated the business amount on here. And the promotional rate ends in December. So I did open another Wells Fargo credit card to do balance transfers, and I'm just waiting to see. I know my husband's going to be getting a bonus check towards the end of December, I think. And I'm going to see what accounts we want to try to transfer over to the Wells Fargo, you know, after we pay down what we're going to pay down. So I want to make sure that we're not incurring any balance transfer fees. And then like I pay it off as soon as I transfer it on there. That doesn't make any sense to me. So, okay. So the next one after Bank of America is a Capital One card. And this card, guys, I'm so sorry for the shaking. Like I'm really trying. One of these days I'll get a better setup. Or maybe I can get some advice on how to set this up so that it's not shaking, which is really annoying. So with this credit card, I actually was like, it was zero, y'all. It was zero balance. And then I decided to go to school for an accounting major, associate's degree. And now we're out here with student debt. I'm out here. But so I applied for a student loan that was like approved, but it was only approved after I made the monthly payments towards the semester's tuition. And so once that money comes in, but it's not like the full amount, I think I have, yeah, I do have it listed at 17. I do have it listed further down. But once this money comes in, I am using the money to put towards another checking account, balance incentive. So I'll be paying that like right back because, well, let's see. I wouldn't have to pay for that loan. I have to think about this a little bit more. I must say that it's tempting not to pay that student loan back right away and put it towards one of these cards that are getting like high interest. I mean, it's gonna be over $1,000 that I'm gonna get refunded. So I'm thinking that I could knock out. Let's see. Okay, so this talking and trying to write and trying to be on point. A little bit difficult. Okay, so let's see where I need to be. This is crazy. I'm on bread. I'm on the bread loan. Why am I all the way on bread loan? Wow, that's crazy. I totally jumped from Capital One credit card to my bread loan. Okay, whatever. Let's just rock with it. We're rocking with it. Rock with, don't stop with. Everybody get on the floor. Okay, before my little bit of YouTube video watches gets flagged. Okay, so I have to go back up now because I jumped from my Capital One. All right, so we have 2 city cards. One is blue and one is black. And the balance on this one is 7706. Again, I opened these 2 for balance transfers because at one point I had a, okay, don't tell nobody this, but I had, I had like a credit card thing that I was doing, and I'm just, nothing illegal, just out of the norm, unconventional. It was unconventional, and I was getting some decent money for it. And my hopes and dreams and aspirations were crushed quickly. And But for me to do that, I transferred over monies from that credit card that the company closed into these two so that I can create some finances for my family. It was traumatizing. It really was. I won't be doing that again. No, I won't be. Let me see what the minimum balance for this one is. But again, nothing illegal. It was just unconventional. And yeah, some business person was like, you're not making money off of our backs. So they closed my accounts. But that's why I opened these two, was to transfer over balances so I could do that. Woo, the struggles, y'all, the struggles. And it's like, these decisions that I made, sadly, were like on my own because my husband's not really all that. He doesn't really participate. And so I've been trying to get him to participate. But going forward, he knows, like, he needs to be a part of this because I cannot. This is why we're here. Like, me on my own, it's not it. You guys, I need a second page. I had to print out a second page for all the debt that I have. And I hope the lighting is all right. I don't even know. Let me see. Do I need to put on... Oh, Lord. You guys, I hope the lighting is okay. But yes, so if you have a partner, you're feeling overwhelmed, you must get them involved. Because they'll tell you where the money go. You'd be like, well, if you was a part of what I wanted you to be a part of, you'd know where it went. And if I had more accountability, I'm not sure I would have made all these decisions to transfer balances instead of just working on what we needed to work on. So, the other thing is, I know I have like this entrepreneurial thing, itch, and we've done a few things in the past, and it's like, you want to do something for your family, you want to help out. And for me, it was this sense like I knew there was a period in time I wasn't working, and I wanted to help provide so badly. And it was like out of desperation doing things that just in the end did not help at all. It just caused suffering, really. So that's another life lesson, you guys. Don't make decisions without your partner, and don't make decisions that are emotionally based, right? Which is kind of hard to do when you're talking about money, when you're talking about finances. The struggles, but we're out here. Okay, hold on. Put it in the wrong place. 33. That's crazy because the payment was $33.98, and then the interest on here is 33. It is 33.99. Wow. Out of control. Out of control. Okay. This Old Navy card, I did pay on it. I think the balance is like maybe $40 left. But at the beginning of the month, this is what the balance was. So I just wanted to put this down here as, my starting point. All right. So the next loan is for my husband's motorcycle. And that is, let's take it from here. The balance, I feel like my kids are about to wake up any moment. The fact that it's really late anyway, and they're napping this late, ridiculous. But, you got to do what you got to do. You got to fit it in where you can. Okay, so this HVCU's my husband's, this one's even less. It's like 6.49, and the amount is $183.03. Okay, and the next one is Ooh, I'm getting tired. This is crazy. I'm tired. I'm tired, Grandpa. Okay, we're almost there. Did I already put my Capital One auto? No. This has gotten me, like, this is out of control. This is really, it's breathtaking. It is. It's taking my breath away at the amount of interest that and debt that I've accumulated during. Okay, we're at Capital One Auto, and this is $469.50. And the next one is, which I got my car like 2 years ago, when we did put a big chunk down. That's the crazy part, and we still had to take out a loan of $25,000. Woo! Water filter. I know I spelled that wrong. Please don't judge me. We have a water filter. I think I mentioned this before. We live in an area where it's like well water. So I don't have any water to pay, but I do need to have a system to soften our water. And that is astronomical, because it just seems like every time we make a payment, it just doesn't, like, the balance doesn't go down. So this is something that I definitely want to attack out of order, out of the debt snowball order. Like, this gotta go. So we have solar panels, which, again, don't judge me. I don't have the balance for it. My husband has. This figure, let's just say that it's $9,000, because I really don't know. Don't know. And we pay about $100 a month on this. Is like $98, $99 a month. All right, next is our HELOC. Peoples, if you could avoid getting a HELOC, please do. Please don't do this. This is not even like renovations. This is, again, random things that we needed around the house. Helping out a family member. We had to, not had to, but we decided that we were going to take out a loan to help this family member. And this was like, it's still ongoing. And then the crazy thing is, with the payments that I was getting back, I was putting towards things like groceries and things that we needed or emergencies that came up. So I shot myself in the foot for sure, for sure. For sure. But here we are. We are learning our lesson, and we're moving on, right? Yes, we're moving on. Okay, sealed. Again, something else I don't really know the balance on, but I'm going to estimate. I'm not paying any interest on here, and this is just variable. Like, I don't even know what this is. Like, sometimes it's $75, another time it could be $100-something. Sometimes it could be $60. This is like based off of some crazy calculation of what your savings is because of the insulation that they did in our home, which was mainly on the upper level, which during the summertime, it keeps our house cool as can be. But during winter, we need to do additional work downstairs to seal off some areas, especially around our like French doors and windows and things of that nature. So again, something else that wasn't really worth it, but how do you know it's not worth it until, like, you know, you're in it, you're in the thick of it. So again, this student loan, this is the balance. And that's because I had to, does this include both classes? I only took 2 classes. And then I had to drop one because one professor was not trying to be accommodating. And I was like, I cannot. With my life, no. So I dropped him, and I said, I will try to take it another semester in person, because like the format of the class, it was just like, and the material, that's something I needed to be like in person, hands-on about. It was not going to work out the way I needed it to. So right now there's no minimum dues, no interest rate. And even though I'm getting reimbursed like maybe 1,050 or something, 1,070, I think I might put that towards another debt. And then since my student loan will be delayed, I can work on the debt snowball type thing. Okay, so the last mortgage, or I should say the last loan, is my mortgage. And I was really debating if I should even put it here. I'm just going to list it here, but I'm not going to calculate it in the funds. Wait, do I have that figure? Because I was like seriously debating. I'm like, no, I'm not going to put it. You know why? Only because right now we're working on consumer debt, and this is my home. This is my home. We'll figure this out when we get to, like in the Dave Ramsey steps, baby steps. Paying off your mortgage is like in the end, towards the end. So the total though, where do I put the total? Listen, this is the Budget Moms spreadsheet. And when I tell you, I don't ever use this page. As a matter of fact, I just recently printed out her sheet so that I could use her budget pages. But I'm like, you know what? Let me just put the total right here. Total. We're going to total it load up and put it on. The total for all of my credit consumer debt, $171,322.27. And the monthly payments for just debt right now, woo, crazy, $3,478.84 is the monthly debt payment, which does not include our food, our clothes, our gas, our miscellaneous, our investments. I'll do the order another time. This is crazy. This is crazy. If I had an orange marker, I'd highlight it in orange. People's, like I said, I had to do this video a few times. But I must say that I'm happy that I actually got it done, because I knew it was going to be 6 figures debt. I knew it was up there. I just didn't know exactly what we were dealing with. And sometimes we got to face the music. We got to face the music for us to be able to grow. Okay, so at this point of the video, I was actually looking to print out the spreadsheet to show you what my payoff date would be, which is, I believe, in December of 2029. And I also wanted to show you how, if you use the Excel spreadsheet, how the numbers would change and update that payoff amount. But I think my husband came, or one of my kids, someone came at the door, and c'est la vie. So until next time, thank you so very much. I appreciate you all.